Megan Stratton, and I'm running for freshman class president. And together we can make this one of our best years here at Wanda.
Hello, my name is Melanie Romero Jimenez, and I am running for freshman class president. I hope you vote for me, and if you do, we'll have a great year.
My name is Jack Sweden, and I am running for president of student council. Have you ever listened to the song Come Together Right Now? Well, it's an 80s song, and it's about coming together as a community. And that's what I want Wanda to do. Come together as a community, participate, and just come together, because we need to come together and show unity. That's what Wando is all about, and I want you to vote for Jack Sladen for student council president.
Hi, my name is Crawford White, and I'm running for freshman class president. A couple of people ask me, why do you want to be class president? They don't have any power. And I say, it's not about the power, it's about participation. I want freshmen at Wando to be involved and participating as soon as possible. So be true, vote blue, and vote Crawford White for freshman class president.
Hi, my name is Mara Hansen, and I'm running for freshman class vice president. That means I'll be working with the freshman president and other officers to help our freshman year start off great. So vote me, Mara Hansen, to help our first year of high school start off the best way it can.
Hey guys, I'm Sydney Bates, and I'm running for freshman class vice president. I'm ready to represent the class of 2021, so vote for me.
Hi, I'm Caroline Holland, and I'm running for freshman VP, so vote for me.
Hi, my name is Olivia Panessa, and I'm running to be your freshman class student council vice president. If I get elected, I will try my best to improve this school by making sure all Wando Warriors feel included. I will also help you get around more easily by putting up signs pointing you in the right direction. Most importantly, I will represent you at the freshman class meetings for student council. I will bring up your ideas on how to better the school. I will do my best to make sure you have a smile on your face every single day. I want to be there for you, but I don't want to make promises I can't keep. But if you vote for me, Olivia Panessa, I promise to make your freshman year a little less stressful and a lot more fun. Remember, live it up and vote for Olivia Panessa to be your student council vice president.
Hey, I'm Olivia Potter, and I'm running for freshman class representative. So you should vote for me.
Hi, my name is Caroline Hansen, and I'm running for freshman representative. My goal is to help the freshmen assimilate into Wando and make high school great. Vote for me, Caroline Hansen. Thank you.
TribeTalk is a public forum for student expression. The students make all content decisions which do not reflect those opinions of Wando High School or Charleston County School District.
What's up, Wando? I'm Valerie Hewen.
And I'm Alex Bavosa, and welcome to this year's first episode of TribeTalk.
This week we'll talk about Hurricane Irma, the repeal of the DACA program, and this year's dress code policies.
Hurricane Irma was anticipated to be more catastrophic than Hurricane Hugo.
And although the effects weren't as bad as anticipated, the effects of this powerful hurricane go far beyond the Low Country. Pete Jonas takes a look.
In 1989, Hurricane Hugo hit Charleston as a Category 4 hurricane. Today, it is remembered as one of the most destructive hurricanes in South Carolina history. Many believe that Hurricane Irma has the potential to have the same destructive effects. We talked to a Charleston native and local officials about the impact of Hurricane Irma in comparison to Hugo.
For Hugo, we were preparing for a very bad storm. We knew that this would be worse than anything we had seen in our recent history. Winds were extremely high, there was a lot of water, there was a lot of damage, there was a lot of destruction.
One thing that I think of that was different to me this time with Irma is that it came in the daytime. Hugo came at night, Matthew came at night, but Irma came in the day.
When we know a hurricane is coming, we have to do just like everyone else in their own houses. We have to secure boats and equipment and everything that's out here at the complex. We can't really prepare the waterways or the beaches for the hurricane coming in. The last hurricane didn't have a huge effect outside of the flooding.
Storm surge and flooding were two of the major destructive impacts of Hurricane Irma. They were unexpected by local officials.
We were told that there would be a surge. We began to pick it up. First it was going to hit here, then it wasn't, and then we kept getting further and further away. The wind was not huge, but the water completely took me by surprise, and the fact that it took out our dock, that was astounding to me, because with what I expected Irma to be, I did not expect the dock to go.
Depending on the strength of a hurricane when they come in, I mean, of course you can get the wind and structural damage, but it's flooding that usually damages everything. But a severe hurricane like Hugo, where you get those direct effects, will usually have more direct environmental impacts. Irma wasn't too bad, but you know, the different storms, it just depends on the tracks they take and how they hit us.
Irma was a tropical storm. Hugo was a Cat 3, Cat 4, depending on where you were in the Charleston area. For Irma, we thought it would be a minimal storm. It actually had more impact on our system than we thought it would. It packed more wind, it packed more rain, it packed tides, it packed flooding.
Well, you know, Hugo was so different from Irma anyway. We got hit in Hugo as a Category 4. It was so bad and so devastating. There were a lot of tornadoes that whipped around, could lift up a whole house or half of a house and just throw it in the ocean or throw it several miles away. Plenty of people during Hugo didn't have a home to come back to. So I knew if we left a Category 5 or even a 4 storm, we could come back to nothing. So I began to think, oh my goodness, you know, what picture or what little things that are sort of near and dear to your heart would you like to be able to kind of have afterwards if everything went? That was what went through my mind. It was not a happy thought.
This has been Pete Jonas reporting for TribeTalk.
The DACA program was something that held families together here in the U.S. by allowing children of illegal immigrants stay here legally.
But with President Trump's recent repeal of the program, it may end up changing families' lives drastically. Shane McDavid has the story.
In 2012, President Obama created a policy that allows individuals who enter the country illegally as minors to receive a renewable 2-year period to postpone their deportation and obtain a work permit in the United States. Currently, President Trump is in the process of repealing this policy, affecting many children who are considered dreamers.
What DACA has done for students and for the youth that it is there to protect, I think that what it's done for them up to this point is given them an option to do things the right way.
It's kind of a short-term fix. It doesn't really solve the problem. As I mentioned before, it's not granting any status to the person. They're not able to become a legal permanent residence. There's no clear pathway to citizenship.
Some believe that because DACA was passed through the use of an executive order, this is seen as an abuse of power by President Obama.
So, the reason for it being repealed is it came about through an executive order instead of basically Congress, taking this on and creating a law that allowed some sort of pathway to status or legal residency or even citizenship for these people. It increased the number of young people trying to come to the United States. So we had a situation where, parents wanting to take advantage of this program were sending kids pretty much on their own through the southwest border to the United States.
I think that if DACA were repealed, it would change people's perceptions of who we are as Americans. America is a welcoming place for all immigrants. We're an experiment. We are an experiment of people who come together to make this country work. And if we start rejecting people who are trying to do it the right way or trying to do it the way that our government asked them to, then I think that sends a dangerous message.
This has been Shane McDavid reporting for TribeTalk.
On Saturday, August 12th, a Unite the Right rally turned chaotic in Charlottesville, Virginia. The riot consisted of two main groups, white nationalists and anti-fascist. The clashing of these two groups has caused an increase in racially based discussions and gatherings across the nation, including here in Charleston.
Certainly since Charlottesville, there's been, I think, a renewed interest in Confederate monuments. People are starting to say, when did these monuments get put up? What do they say? What do they say about the way we celebrate history? And I think a lot of communities, when you sort of sort of move beyond when people are just yelling at each other. Take Charlottesville, for example, and here in Charleston, a lot of communities are having thoughtful discussions about how we're going to remember history.
In order to protect the future, you have to tell the whole story for the present. It's because you have too many people who are looking at those statues and only see one view of it. And that can be mislead people to do different things and evil things, like Charlottesville.
I think there's some really interesting options. One is to do nothing and leave them like they are. One is to rip them down, whether they rip them down in the middle of the day or at night sometime, or violently. And the other is to do what John Tecklenburg, our mayor here in Charleston, has talked about, which is recontextualization. And so you might have the Calhoun statue, but maybe you'd say, look, let's say a little bit more about Calhoun, tell the full story, talk about some of his views related to white supremacy or secession, and not just sort of put him out to be a hero, but talk about both the good and bad.
You don't have a real conversation until you tell the truth. And that's the issue. We need to tell the truth, the good, bad, and the ugly, not just have a statue sitting out there and people believing one thing and not. So that's why I think adding to these statues that exist in Charleston will tell the truth. And the truth is what's going to makes a better present and a better future for this nation and for young people like you.
This has been Sydney Register, reporting for TribeTalk.
Next week is Spirit Week. Wear your red, white, and blue for America Monday. Find a buddy and match for Twin Tuesday. Roll straight out of bed for Pajama Day on Wednesday. Take a blast to the past for Throwback Thursday. And on Friday, we're all black for Blackout. The homecoming dance is Saturday, September 30th. Don't forget to buy your homecoming tickets during all lunches for $7 or $10 at the door.
Check out Warrior Radio, the official TribeTalk podcast. This episode, we cover the Wando mascot controversy, the new tardy policy, and the rapid growth of Mount Pleasant. Head over to the TribeTalk YouTube channel to view the first episode.
While college applications can be stressful, paying for college can weigh even heavier on a student's mind. For many seniors here at Wando looking for financial aid, scholarships may seem unattainable. However, earning a scholarship can be easier than you think. According to FAFSA, a scholarship is characterized as a financial aid that doesn't have to be repaid. Scholarships are usually awarded based on student need or merit. Funding for scholarships can come from a variety of sponsors, including both federal and state government, private and nonprofit groups, and even the colleges themselves. South Carolina offers 3 major merit-based scholarships awarded to in-state students. There's 2 ways you can earn the Palmetto Fellows Scholarship. Have a 1200 SAT score, a minimum of a 3.5 GPA, and be in the top 6% of your class. Or have a 1400 SAT score and earn a minimum of a 4.0 GPA. This scholarship awards around $7,000 depending on your college grade level. The Life Scholarship can be won by receiving an 1100 SAT score or earning a minimum of a 3.0 GPA. You can receive up to $4,700. The SC Hope Scholarship can be earned if you have a minimum of a 3.0 GPA and don't qualify for any of the other scholarships. SC Hope recipients could earn up to around $2,500 for 2 college terms. Are you eligible for any of these scholarships? If so, take advantage of them before it's too late. Your Wando Guidance Counselor can provide you with information and advice about these amazing opportunities. This has been Grace McKellar, reporting for TribeTalk.
Year after year, the dress code becomes a prevalent issue here at Wando.
However, this year students have begun to speak out on their opinions on the issue. Davina Patel gives both sides of the story.
Here at Wando, there has been a great deal of controversy regarding the dress code. Some students believe the dress code is demeaning towards a specific gender, while others believe the dress code is beneficial to the students. Administration and students give us more insight in their opinions on the dress code.
I don't agree with the Wando dress code just because I think it unfairly targets girls and I think it sexualizes them. I've always disagreed with the dress code ever since the first year that I was here. As a freshman, I was dress coded like numerous times and I've had to miss class time because of it.
So I think a dress code is beneficial for Wando based on professionalism rather than if someone can control their urges or not. But yeah, I think it benefits everyone.
The purpose of the dress code is so that we have our students held at high expectations so that they can come into school and wear things that reflect what Wando is about.
I definitely think that girls are called out more than boys about the dress code, and it's because our bodies are being sexualized by this policy. Calling girls a distraction because of our own body parts that are completely natural and shouldn't be sexualized is demeaning.
It is sort of true that some girls are held responsible, but also if we're going to be mentioning that issue, I think it's also immature to not acknowledge that boys are going to have more like a harder time controlling urges than girls will. So it's it's immature not to acknowledge that, just as the way that boys have to acknowledge some things that girls have that we don't.
We're not really focusing on just girls. We have a lot of issues with dress codes with boys as well. We're not asking kids to wear long pants and turtlenecks. We're just asking them to dress for success every day.
This has been Davina Patel, reporting for TribeTalk.
A lot of kids have dreams of either becoming a musician or a songwriter, but nobody really knows where they start. Zach Green, a senior here at Wando High School, has started a record label company, Plastic Mountain Records, and has signed various artists throughout the community. We take a look at what Zach is doing to the music scene.
Plastic Mountain Records is this label I started with a couple friends who I knew they were making great music. Some are forming bands, some are writing really great songs, and so I kind of wanted to create a locus for all these kids that were making this great music to come together and to be able to put that out there. Liquid Void, they're this awesome group of guys that make some face-melting jam band music. Never Any Ordinary, this great punk band made up of mostly queer performers, which is really cool. Local Honey, these 2 girls from SOA, they really make some super awesome kind of folky, for lack of a better word, roots music.
Zach Green isn't the only one making a name for himself in the music scene. His brother, Alex Green, is a serious DJ and has DJed at multiple events, including the Wando Semi-Formal.
Well, my brother kind of started this, and he started throwing these shows and asking me to help him out with some things, and so I've helped him with a lot of Plastic Mountains merch, and it's printed some t-shirts for them, and also whenever they need help with some audio and music and sound for the shows, I can help with that as well. Recently, for the Color Your Ear show, I'm DJing for FWA, just playing their music for them and helping with the sound for that show. A few years ago, I started kind kind of liking like the EDM and like electronic dance music. And so I started just kind of getting into that genre and trying to figure out how I can start doing that by myself. I think there's definitely a finite end to this project, but we're just going to make the most of it for the time being because there's this incredible moment in the Charleston music scene happening right now.
This has been Alex Bavosa reporting for TribeTalk.
I'm just the same old revolution. I'm just a figment of your imagination. So what's it gonna be?
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, into this year's very first edition of Wando Sports Talk. We're changing a lot of things up this year. We got a new format, a new logo, and a new host. I'm Connor Griffin, taking over for Riley Biller this year, and we are here in the Wando Gymnasium where our girls volleyball team took on the Patriots of Fort Dorchester this past Tuesday. And what better way to kick off this new era of sports talk than with some highlights.
Now, the Warriors were coming off a very impressive showing at the Tournament of Champions this past weekend at Dorman High School, and they definitely carried that momentum over into this one because this game got real ugly real fast. Starting off in the first set right here, Karen Majewski sets it up to the Syracuse commit, Keegan Andrews, and she spikes it home. The Warriors went up 17-2 to start off this game, and that run was ultimately highlighted by this play right here. Keegan Andrews again, this time right to the face. No mercy on behalf of Keegan Andrews. The Warriors win the first set 25-5. Second set action right here. Natalie Baum with the great dig. Bryn White here goes out of the frame to retrieve this ball, and it's Allie Claire John who hits it back over the net. Fort D, they try and get it back over, but they are met by Sarah Misroon, who sends it right back. Great overall hustle play by the Warriors. They won this second set 25-5, just like the first set, and this play essentially sealed the game. It's a little rally between both teams. They go back and forth, but it's John to Majewski, who sets it up to Misroon, and she spikes it home. An emphatic end to an emphatic win for the Warriors. They win 2-0 against the Patriots of Fort Dorchester. The football team did not have as much luck against the Patriots, unfortunately, as they lost to the third best team in the state this past Friday. They hope to get back in the win column, though, this Friday on the road at Stratford. Girls golf, on the other hand, had a very successful week. They placed first in their tri-match against James Island and Berkeley last Wednesday, and they placed in the top 5 at the Lady Patriot Invitational over the weekend. In other news, the girls and boys swim teams rolled the competition in their meet at West Ashley on Tuesday. Girls tennis beat West Ashley 6-0, and Patrick Spychowski, he placed second out of 412 runners at the Lake Murray Invitational to lead the boys cross-country team to a 6th place finish.
That's all we got for you on this week's edition of Sports Talk. For more Wando sports information, you can follow at Wando Athletics on Twitter and Instagram. For more college and pro sports information, you can check out my podcast on SoundCloud. And if you liked our intro, it's called Reminiscity by Wando's own Casey Malinook. Go check that out on iTunes. But that's all we got for you. Thanks for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Connor Griffin. Go Warriors.
Thanks for watching, Wando. That's it for this week's episode of Tribe Talk.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram and Snapchat at TribeTalk WHS. This has been Valerie Hewen
And Alex Bavosa, signing off.